Hello and welcome to the Halo Forge Epidemic. This is Oakley HiDef and I'm here to bring you the next episode in the series of videos covering infection guidelines. Now in this video, a lot of people had requested actually how to set up the actual game type of infection, and so I've made a video that covers the placement of objects you need on the map in order to make it work. But now here's the next step in order to make a game type work. So what you want to do, from your main menu, go to custom game, then you're going to get this menu here. Go ahead and select a game type, go down to infection. You have different ones that I've made here. What you want to do if you're going to start from scratch is basically choose infection here. Then you're going to go ahead and do game options. This is going to allow you to edit what's going on here. So you go through and we'll run through everything, the basics of it. What you have here is score to win. Obviously you can make it up to 500 points, unlimited, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, whatever. Usually it's on unlimited, and the game ends when all the humans are infected. Infection options, this is where you change basically the parameters of the game type, where you have zombie count, 1, 2, 3, all the way up to 15. And then you have last man standing, is it on or off? Safe havens, is it on or off again? Haven timer, you choose how long a haven is standing before it switches to another one. And then all throughout here, you can actually tweak how many points are attributed to the different actions that a player can do. Do you get a point for a kill? Do you lose a point for a suicide, betrayal, zombie kill, last man, all that stuff. Now, another important thing to note is right in here is where you have the suicides become zombies option. Is it enabled or disabled? It's up to you what you do. I would recommend having it enabled, because what can happen if it's disabled is someone will spawn, and to avoid being killed by the zombies, they'll just kill themselves as soon as they come alive, before the zombies can kill them, and that way they stay alive. And you can never, it's weird, you can never kill them before they kill themselves, and so they'll never be infected. So you want to watch out for that. Then next in the series is weapons and vehicles. Change primary and secondary weapons. This applies to humans mostly, because the zombies have their own traits which will override this. Weapons on map, do you want all weapons to disappear? Do you want the map default, which is what you place in Forge, or do you want things to be converted where you only have human weapons? Do you want Coven weapons, everything but snipers? You have different options. Grenades on map, obviously same thing, map default or none. Vehicle set, normally in Alpha Zombies, if you put down a vehicle, it won't be there. You can be able to put it on or off, and choose what vehicles are on the map. So say you wanted to play on what is it, Hemorrhage. You just want to play on that for fun. You can put it for Warhogs only, so the only vehicle you get there is Warhogs. Or you can do light ground, which will be, I think, Mongoose and Warhogs, all human vehicles, stuff like that. Indestructible vehicles, that's obvious. Abilities on map is armor abilities. Turrets on map, if you put down a turret, you want to have this. I think if you have a turret on map, you also have to have a vehicle set that is map default, because I think a turret counts as a vehicle. I'm not sure, you might just be able to have the turrets on map on or off. Power-ups, that's overshield, camo, and custom power-ups. Then for custom power-ups, this is where you go ahead and tweak it. It can be from anywhere from, I think, 30 seconds of the time it's applied to 90 seconds, so a minute and a half. Then once, it's a little bit short, then once you have this set up, in-game, you choose what it's going to do. You can change how much health the person has. Are they going to be a juggernaut? You can change how much weapons and damage. You can change all this stuff, infinite ammo, weapon pickup, stuff like that. Movement, how fast they go. Sensors, this is the radar. Motion tracker is basically allies only. It shows only where your teammates are. Normal mode, which is what you see normally, which shows both teams, etc. Only when people are moving, and you see your allies at all times. Here you see everyone at all times. Then it's unchanged. Motion tracker range, 25, 75, 150. You can go really far with this. This is for extreme long range. Then appearance, obviously you can change what's going on right there. Then let's back out one more time. General settings. This is again more general stuff, obviously. Number of rounds, you can choose anything you want, and I guess the limit is 10. Then you can change the time limit for each round. Sudden death doesn't really apply. Then we'll go through these. Base player traits is kind of how everyone is going to function. speed, again, all these different settings here. And then on top of that, you can set what the zombies have and stuff like this. So usually base player traits is going to apply to humans, and then you'll later go into the zombie traits to give the zombies a particular settings. Now loadouts are very interesting, very important to the game. So as you can see, there are elite loadouts and Spartan loadouts. Now in an infection game, zombies aren't just one race. Same with humans. So what you want to do is try and mirror these, or you can make it different. But let's go ahead and do this. You have the different tiers. Only tier 1 and tier 2 are active, and I'll go over that. So tier 1, you have 5 different loadouts you can set up. Choose one, change the name of it, whatever you want to call it. There's a host of different options. Primary weapon, secondary weapon, equipment. What do you want them to have? So maybe your different loadouts will do different things. One could be sprint, one can be evade. Maybe you want active camo or hologram, stuff like that. And then here, this is how you choose whether or not a player can see it. If it's not hidden, then it will appear, or you can hide it. So there's no option in the game to choose it. So you can set up 5 different loadouts in tier 1. Tier 1 is for humans. Now if you go to tier 2, this is where it gets interesting, because now you can set loadouts for the infected. So that's really cool. You can kind of make a Left 4 Dead type of feel with the different bosses in terms of the zombies. You can make it, you can change the name again, primary weapon, secondary weapon, as you said before, and then here you see it's hidden. I can make it not hidden so that zombies will be able to choose different classes. Equipment would be interesting to see some zombies that can sprint, some that have active camo, some that have holograms. So there's lots of dynamics you can bring to it, which would be kind of cool. A drop shield zombie would be interesting. So you can set up all these really cool, nifty game types where even the zombies have roles and strategies in terms of armor abilities. So that's really cool. Again, tier 3 doesn't have any applications. Just tier 1 is humans, tier 2 is for the zombies, and you want to mirror it for elites most of the time. Respawn settings, this is how long different respawns take. It's pretty it's pretty easy to do. It'll tell you what each one represents. Lives per round, do you want it unlimited, or do you want everyone to have 10 lives or 1 life? You can do all different settings. Advanced settings, this is when you respawn and you die. Do you want the game to sort of make it so people respawn as a horde? So if you die, maybe you'll wait till another person has to respawn, then you guys will all respawn together. I've never really used this. I've never seen anyone really use this, but I mean, who knows? Maybe you can come up with a really cool wave dynamic to it. Respawn time growth, you can make it so after every time you die, you respawn a little bit longer. I feel like that would just be annoying. Respawn traits, this is when, right when you respawn, you can choose to give someone some ability. So maybe you don't want people to be camped, you'll give them a 10-second effect where you up their shields and health and stuff like that. Now moving back out again, we're going to go to team changing. I don't think this applies. Then you have friendly fire off or on. Typically, I'm really pissed off when the zombie slashes me. Sometimes it's on purpose, sometimes it's by accident, and it kills you. So what you want to do usually is turn friendly fire off. Just go ahead and do that. It's really annoying if you can get killed by the zombies. Material booting, keep it enabled in case someone figures out how to kill you and they just keep doing it. So keep that enabled just in case. Infected traits. Now, as I said before, generally you could choose the I think it was general traits, which is basically going to apply to humans. Then the infected traits will override this. So go here, change all the different settings for the zombie. Yeah, and if you want to go to movement, what's pretty cool is usually they jump high and they have higher speed. You can make this even faster, even slower, stuff like that. You can change their gravity and jump height, kind of see how those play together. Another cool thing you can do is in weapons and damage, equipment usage. You can give them yes, no equipment, and then you can give it where is it? Oh, unlimited, there it is. Okay, so if you want your zombies to sprint for an unlimited amount of time, there you go. Weapons and damage, equipment usage, unlimited. So that might be interesting if it's a big map. You kind of want them to be able to sprint continuously. Whereas humans, you can't allow them to sprint, but maybe in short bursts, so they can they'll have that short burst to get away from zombies, but they won't be able to beat them out in a long-term running game. Here are the different traits you can edit. Last man standing. If you enable the last man, here you go, changes traits. Same with the Haven traits. You can change whatever you want. Maybe in the hill, you're going to have more health, more damage, stuff like that. Another cool thing about a hill is what you might want to do is infinite ammo. You might want to give people infinite ammo, and I know that might seem overpowered, but what you could do to justify it is say your Haven is placed in an armory. What you can do is give that armory, the hill inside the armory, give it infinite ammo. And so you can kind of recreate the fact that they're in an armory until they have unlimited ammo. But the second the timer runs out, they'll run out of ammo. So you can say, okay, people are holding out in this armory, but once the timer runs out, they've exhausted their ammunition there and it's time to move on. So that's kind of a cool dynamic. Changes it up a bit. And if you want to balance that, maybe you can put the weapon damage slightly lower to compensate for the fact that they have unlimited clips and stuff like that. So you can play around with this. Then you change different settings in the traits. And that's about it, guys. So I hope you enjoyed the tutorial. Hope it was instructional. Hope you guys can learn from it. And I look forward to seeing what you guys can create. So thanks, guys. This is Oakley HiDef with the Halo Forge Epidemic. And I am signing out. Thanks, guys.